worry about it, all right? I'm sure it's fine. It doesn't really even hurt him.
It looks like Mom's meatloaf.
Which tastes so good.
Just give out plays, right? Just give out plays. That's what you guys want? You want official plays so we can ride together. I can't help but laugh. We gave out the Drake and Josh parlay yesterday. Thought I was being cute. I was being cute. Josh Naylor comes into the game, 2-game home run streak. I said, guys, I have reservations about Drake Baldwin. Hasn't hit a home run for months. I'm a little nervous, but we'll do it. We'll do it for fun. What happens? Drake Baldwin hits not 1 home run, but 2 home runs. The guy I was worried about, 2 home runs. And the guy that I felt good about, Josh Naylor, leaves the game. So you can only laugh. It's what you can do. You can only laugh, and we'll laugh together. I made a video yesterday that I would encourage all of you to watch. I'll link it at the end of this video. I spent a lot of time editing it, and I think it's a funny story. A company reached out and offered me $500 to make a video, and you can see what happened. I turned it down, and you can see why. Today's slate is much better. We have been in sort of the dog days of summer, and we have been wind in, high pressure is what I've said for the last 3 days. And while I will say it for this Pittsburgh game, and while I am skipping that, that's the only game that is wind in and high pressure. So we're on our way. Let's roll. Game in Baltimore. Wind is blowing to left field. I would take right-handed batters. Brent Rooker at 400 looks good. Yesterday he was at 290, and I like him better today. He looks better today. The conditions look better today than they did yesterday, and you're getting a better price. So I like that. Jordan Westbrook, 575 for Baltimore, although the totality of their lineup doesn't look good. Game in New York. Wind is also blowing to left. You're going to see that often. And I like Altuve, Walker, and chalky with Aaron Judge. He is facing Hunter Brown, one of the better pitchers for the Astros, but that price on Judge, 260, is pretty good. Do with that what you will. Game in Detroit, small wind blowing in, back in the batter's faces, so I would take guys who can hit through that, who are pretty powerful hitters. Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green are my leans. Scooble's pitching for Detroit, so I'm staying away from all Los Angeles Angels. I need to probably explain what I got going on here. Wind is blowing to right field, so I'm favoring left-handed batters who pull. Overall, the lineups do not look good. Like top to bottom, there are not a lot of opportunities for home runs in this game from what I believe to be true. However, there are some standalone lefties who I think do look good. Kyle Stowers, Jurickson Profar, and Matt Olson. Matt Olson's number 440 looks pretty good. Edward Cabrera has been solid. But while I don't expect a ton of home runs in this game, 2 to 3, it'd be awesome if these were the 2 or the 3 that did it. Game in Chicago. I kind of like the White Sox as an upset pick today. They have been traveling. They have been on the West Coast. So if you think fatigue sets in, if you want to avoid it for that reason, then don't tail this bet. But I think they have a better opportunity with their bats today than do the Cleveland Guardians. So maybe you want to take the Sox team total if you don't think the fatigue is going to be there. It's just, there's a lot of factors. And when I just look at pitching and batter matchups, it looks like the Chicago White Sox are undervalued, but that may or may not be factoring in the real life attributes of having to go out and be in California, be in the West Coast, be in a different time zone for a week and a half, and then come back home. Regardless, Lennon Sosa at 6-1 is a good price. Luis Roberts a good price. Wind is blowing to left field. I would take right-handed batters. Jose Ramirez is about the only guy on the Guardians that I can maybe even sniff today. Game in Texas is not overall good. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper are my leans. Sanchez is pitching for Philadelphia. Nobody against him looks good. Texas bats do not look good, so we're skipping that. Game in Milwaukee has some optimism, some good spots here. Juan Soto, Jeff McNeil, Francisco Lindor. If you want to take my notes plays, a lot of you say, well, you put it in the notes plays, it's been pretty reliable. If you put it as an official lean, you lose. But if you put it in that notes spot, those seem to hit. So maybe Lindor's your guy today. Christian Yelich and Andrew Vaughn. All of those prices are pretty good, pretty fair, and I'm optimistic in this game. The next game, the Minnesota game, it would be yellow. I forgot to click off of that purple, and it's going to bother me now. But regardless, that should be. Let's fix it. What are we doing, right? I mean, what kind of a guy would I be if I just leave things half did, half done? So instead of fixing it perfectly, we're going to fix it moderately. We'll put it on yellow. I think you need power righties here. It's a big stadium in Minnesota. The wind is blowing to left. That should help. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Royce Lewis, and Ryan Jeffers are all of my leans. Game in St. Louis, here's the deal. I didn't check. I'm going to check. Somebody check for me right in the comments. If St. Louis, this is how you know it's an honest thing. If St. Louis is 120 on the money line, plus 120, I think you take them. I think they have the advantage today, them facing Matthew Boyd. And I think that the Cubs have a lot of lefties they can throw out, but I don't like their pitching matchup today. So while it looks like they should have some, and this is what I said, the green and win predicament. Well, I think they should have some lefties who may have some success. Maybe just take the over. I think the lefties could have success. I think the lefties are going to struggle to hit home runs because of how the wind is blowing back in their face. The wind is going to keep the ball for lefties that pull in the park, and it's going to favor righties who hits. That's why I have Suzuki on here. He's a righty. He's going to hopefully pull the ball to his side, which is left field. Contreras and Herrera. So I think St. Louis looks good. I think Chicago could score runs because their lefties do look like they could get hits. However, I don't think those hits are going to result in home runs. So maybe we scratch the St. Louis money line. Maybe we take a game over. Maybe we just use that information. Those are all the ingredients. It's up to you to bake the cake. Last games of the night, Arizona, Hunter Goodman, really good price on him, $425. Jordan Beck, $800, really good price on him. Marte, pretty weak price on him. $250 is the best. $250 is the best for Marte. We were getting him $400 about a week ago. Corbin Carroll. Tyler Locklear and Perdomo also look good. Colorado looks good against Zach Gallen. So I think this game is well in play. Speaking of well in play and then turning it upside down and saying the opposite, this game is horrible. Game in Seattle for a team that's been hitting so many home runs and a team I've been all over. A few days ago, I said, this team's hard to pick. There's so many guys who can hit. Drew Rasmussen appears to be someone that they're going to struggle with. That's just on paper. It may not turn out to be the case. I'm staying away from it. Brandon Lau is my only play. Wind is blowing to right field. Game in San Diego, bigger park, typically league average in hitting home runs, but today it looks really good. The wind is blowing out to right field, so I would look at lefties today. Yoshida at 8-1, really good price. Abreu 430, really good price. Merrill 500, really good price. Ryan O'Hearn 675 is about average. Nothing is wrong with Jaron Duran, and Roman Anthony. Just got a big paycheck, did Roman Anthony. Maybe it'll motivate him. He might lead off as well. Maybe he'll crank one first pitch. Game in LA. Green for LA against Max Scherzer. Clayton Kershaw is pitching for the Dodgers. Looks okay for Toronto. They've been very hot. But they've been hot against bad teams. So maybe things change when they face the Dodgers. Guerrero, Bichette, Freeman, and Muncy are my leans. Ohtani, of course. Really, anybody's in play for the Dodgers is why it's green. Last game of the night. We don't know who's pitching for San Francisco, so it's difficult to give a full review of the Nationals. C.J. Abrams would probably be the only guy just looking at splits, really weak data splits that maybe I get to. But again, I don't like to play San Francisco. Willie Adames is my lean there. That's all I got for you today. If you want to join the Discord, you can do so through the Patreon, $10 a month. We got fantasy football starting soon. I watched the preseason game last night, and I just sat on my couch, and the weight of the world just left my shoulders. And I said, I don't like baseball that much. I don't like I don't like basketball. There's something about football that speaks to the inner child in me, that speaks to the older adult in me, that speaks to my soul. I'm going to hit NFL content so hard, guys. You don't know what's coming. A lot of you guys, there's 2,000 people roughly that view these videos every day. That's a blessing. But when NFL starts, I don't want you guys going anywhere. I want to continue this momentum. I want to keep building. I want by the end of the NFL season, any video I post about NFL, 2K views, no sweat, no doubt. Risk-free, no sweat bet on 2,000. You could bet the over, and it's going to cash. It's a lock. I love football. And if you want to be a part of some fantasy football contests and survivor pools and spread picks, we're going to do a lot. I got to figure it out because it's fast approaching. Watch that video. I'll link it right. I'll put it somewhere. Ooh, where's it going to be? Click it on the screen. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Love you. Take care. Enjoy your day.